So right here we can actually jump down if you do a really specific placement jump as far out to the left along the cliff as you can. You will actually trigger the Stake of America respawn area, and then you can just go straight to the Radahn fight. Alright, we're officially ready for Journey 7. Let me show off what equipment and weapons we're going to be rocking. Also, I'm about to level these up to the max for our journey. But for now, you can see in the right hand, we're going to be rocking Star Fists, which can act as a pair, the Dragon Hunter's Great Katana, and the Grafted Dragon. I'm trying to go as dragon themed as I can. This is a very powerful dragon sword. Then we have the Dragon Claw Shield, which can't parry because it's technically a great shield, but I can parry with these Star Fists, so we'll still be able to parry, which is great. And then I've got two Dragon Seals for different dragon incantations. Dragoncrest Great Shield Talisman, Roar Medallion to increase my dragon breath attacks. This will increase my blood attacks, inflicting blood with the Star Fists and the Katana, and this will increase my attack with a light load. For items, we got some standard stuff like the lantern and the telescope. We have our new emote, the Lamentation Prattling Pate. Taunter's Tongue for some PvP action. Raisins to feed to Torrent when he gets low on health. We're going to be using the Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff summon, again with the dragon theme. And we've got some Dragon Communion harpoons that we can throw out if we want, plus more in storage. You can only carry 5 at a time. And for our spells, again, all dragon themed. We have Electrify Armament, which is technically a dragon cult incantation, and we need the dragon cult seal for that. These two are also dragon cult. Then we have the dragon moves themselves, Dragon Claw, Dragon Maw, and Grail's Roar. And then we have two really powerful dragon breath attacks, Exeek's Decay, which causes Scarlet Rot, and Bale's Tyranny, because it's one of the most powerful dragon spells, and we just got it at the end of the DLC, so now we can try it out. So there we go, we're fully in our dragon theme. We just want to go upgrade all of the equipment that we're carrying. We're going to upgrade it to the max, so we are going to spend some Ancient Dragon and Somber Ancient Dragon smithing stones here.
Now, let's go smithing.
Yeah, all of this stuff we're going to max out. Starting with the Dragon Hunter's Great Katana. We got 9 Somber Ancient Dragon smithing stones. We're going to use 1 here. Star Fists are regular stones. So go all the way to level 24, and then we'll use an Ancient Dragon smithing stone, of which we have 28, so that's pretty nice. We can definitely afford that. more the sombers that I'm worried about. We're going to have to spend another one here. But again, we want to be fully maxed out for Journey 7 because we won't settle for anything less at this point. So there we go. Okay, this is regular smithing stone, so that's good. Ancient dragon, this is somber. We had to use one, and then this is somber as well. Alright, everything's upgraded, which is great. Now we've only got 5 somber ancient dragon smithing stones. It's a pretty low count, but we will get more on Journey 7. Also going to make a bunch of this dragon communion flesh, since it's also on theme. Okay, I rearranged our inventory a little bit, and I realized, yes, we still need to fully upgrade Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff as well. Let's quickly do that.
I see. You're here for some spirit tuning.
We have 5 Great Ghost Gloveworts, so that'll leave us with 4. Alright, we literally cannot be more powerful in this build than what we are right now, so that's fantastic. In every single way, levels, Shadow Tree levels, equipment, items, summons, we're as maxed out as we could possibly be. And with that, it's time to step into Journey 7. Beautiful. Leaving the world of Journey 6 behind finally. This ended up being the longest journey. It spanned 155 episodes plus a little bit of this episode, whereas Journey 1 was only 150 episodes, so Journey 6 surpassed it by 5 and a bit, officially becoming the longest journey in my Elden Ring series. I don't anticipate another journey lasting longer than Journey 6. That was a full base game playthrough and a full DLC playthrough. From now on, we're going to be speedrunning the base game and moving a lot faster through the DLC. Here we go. Begin Journey 7. It's official. Yes.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
From the starting room, we checked on one of our messages in the corner before breaking out into the grounds outside the Chapel of Anticipation and crossing over to the tutorial boss and kicking his butt. After taking down the grafted scion, we knew the only way to get out of the Chapel of Anticipation tutorial area is to kill yourself, so we just fell off this bit of rubble here. We were able to move on to the next section. Waking up at the stranded graveyard, we made our way out to the front. First I did have to re-up my dragon power, since when you die you do lose it, so that was easy enough to get that back. Open up this first grace of the game. Up the elevator shaft and out the front doors into Limgrave. That beautiful Breath of the Wild moment when you break out onto the plateau. Got the second grace by Vare, and then I went down. I decided to fight the tree sentinel just because he's a bastard and he's fun to fight. We unlocked the grace at the Church of Ele, and then hopped aboard Torrent, and our goal here was to trek across Limgrave. We wanted to get the medallion pieces, the Dectus Medallion pieces in Limgrave and Caelid. Get a few more graces along the way. We're going to make our way to Stormvale Castle, up Stormgate. We're going to get the grace in front of Stormvale Castle, but then we're going to keep moving on to Caelid and come back to Stormvale afterwards. Got another grace here on Storm Hill. And we might as well talk to, grab the Stone Sword key, kill this bastard, and talk to this summoning girl. Then when we get to the Roundtable Hold, she'll be able to upgrade our summons for us. We waited at the Grace and we were visited by Melina, who we haven't seen in a very long time, so that was kind of cool. And then it changed to nighttime as well. I guess Melina's magic, or just the passing of time. It's supposed to represent the passing of time. Then we kept moving on, up into Stormvale Castle. Nice little message appraisal. We had to sneak past all the guards. We're going to grab this Grace here, but we will be returning here later, like I was saying. All the guards followed us in. That's kind of sketchy. Just roll past those guys, try to get out of here, and we can get back on Torrent. I'm going to try and make it to Summonwater Village. That's where our marker is over there. We'll take the long way around this Deathbird fight. There's no reason to waste time fighting him. Gotten his treasure plenty of times, and yeah, we're just trying to stick to the mission right now. Grab this Grace by the bridge, then we're going to go back up and talk to Alexander, even though it's not necessary. It's always a fun little interaction. Talk to him and help him get dislodged from the ground. Give him a couple whacks. Yeah, there, Alexander. There you go, bud. You're free. Oh, he's a solid character. We'll take some free exalted flesh. Right past the Pumpkin Knight. Again, no need to waste time on him. Grab treasure if it's in our path, but I'm not going to go off the beaten path to grab it. We'll collect a few things here and there. Erd leaf flowers, row of fruits. Keep making our way over to Summonwater. Grab this Grace and we'll be teleporting back over here. But for now, we're going to jump off the cliff and we're going to make our way to see Kenneth Height, near some ruins in the woods here. And then we're going to go down to Kenneth Height's fort, liberate it for him, and also collect one of the Dectus Medallion halves. Good old Kenneth. Grab another Grace in the woods, and we'll travel south down to his fortress, Fort Height. Fun little trek through Limgrave. Grab another Grace, of course. It's not strictly necessary to grab these Graces, but if we ever need to teleport around later on in the playthrough, it's good to have them. Since we're passing by them, we might as well grab them. Look out for enemy fire and knights and another Pumpkin Knight. Enter the fort. There's our marker. We'll just climb to the top. We are going to fight the big knight up here. Ran into a bit of trouble. That reminded me of a Night Rain heist right there. Castle heist. Fortress heist. You always just run to the top and try and kill the guards at the top. Get the Stone Sword key so you can open another Everjail. This is Elden Ring Night Rain I'm talking. Okay, but anyways, we took him down, got his Ash of War, not that we need it. Climbed to the top of the tower. We'll be able to get our first Dectus Medallion half. There we go, perfect. And we're going to need both of those for our speed run through the base game. Now we teleported back to Summonwater and I started riding into Caelid. Then I actually kind of realized, wait, I don't need to come into Caelid from this way at all. So I was already here, so I figured, okay, I'll just get the Grace since I'm already here. And then teleport to where I actually need to go, which is the Third Church of Marika. So we teleported back to the forest and just rode over to the Third Church of Marika, back in Limgrave, because by this church we have a teleporter that will take us exactly where we want to go in Caelid. If we ride through the front of Caelid, it gets quite convoluted. You have to make your way up cliffs and do a whole bunch of other random stuff, but if you just come here to the Third Church of Marika, go to the back area, into the ravine, get this teleporter, and this takes us over to Dragon Barrow, which will allow us to do some cool stuff. Might as well open up Gerank's Bestial Sanctum and grab the Grace here for teleportation purposes. Then we'll head back on Torrent, past the gargoyle, all the way down the hill, past all these little imp creatures where we used to grind back in the old days. Ah, the good old days where this used to be the simple grinding grounds before we moved on to bigger and better things. Get this Grace, then we're going to cross the Great Dragon Barrow Bridge. No need to fight this dragon. Again, just another waste of time. Fought him plenty of times, got his rewards plenty of times. At this point, we're just trying to speed run the base game so we can get back to the DLC. Likewise, we're not going to fight the Erd Tree avatar outside this minor Erd Tree. Just ride to the back of the tree, take the geyser up to the top, and now we can get to Fort Faroth, where the second half of the Dectus Medallion is hidden. We also have another Grace, so we'll grab that too. And we'll be able to use this Grace to teleport out of Fort Faroth easily and continue on our journey, because this place is a little bit sketchy, can be a little bit sketchy. The bats in here are really, really powerful compared to other bats. Oh yeah, and Melina took us to the Roundtable Hold. I forgot that happens after you get a few Graces, so we just teleported back. It's a good thing we got that Grace, we can teleport back easily. Back up into Fort Faroth. Yeah, the bats in here are super, super powerful. The rats, everything in here is really powerful. This is one of the most dangerous forts in the game. But we're going to bypass all of that, try to get past that poison, try to get past all those really powerful bats down there, and just climb to the top here, where we can get our medallion half. There's plenty more to explore in this fortress, but this is all we need. So we teleported back to the Grace, and then we can continue on our journey on Torrent. Now we're going to be crossing south through Dragon Barrow, and we're looking for... At this point, we're just trying to get to South Caelid, so it doesn't really matter which way we take. We could have gone back to the main entrance of Caelid, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We can get there easily from here as well, just riding down the eastern coastlines, south through Caelid. I always love coming through this part. This has got to be one of my favorite places in the game. I just love the red background and the weird, twisted alien plants and things growing. It's awesome. Such an alien landscape. Such a foreboding and dangerous landscape, too. One of the more dangerous areas in the game, and I always appreciate dangerous areas. Past these weird fucking poison pods. These things are crazy. I'll kill this one for fun. I haven't fought one of these things in a while. Watch out for his scarlet rot, though. If you can even call it a him. Whatever the fuck this thing is. So foreboding, and that giant plant right there on the right. This place would be dangerous as hell. Grab another Grace. Increasing our Grace teleportation network past decaying dragon X-Ikes, a very dangerous scarlet rot dragon. Again, no need to fight him anymore. Down across the Caelid Highway, past that merchant. And we're now making our way to the southeastern corner of Caelid. Grab that Grace there. And we're heading down to the Wailing Dunes in southeastern Caelid, where we're going to be facing off against one of the shardbearers. And of course we need to defeat 2 shardbearers in the base game so we can move on to the Erd Tree and move the plot forward. So right here we can actually jump down if you do a really specific placement jump as far out to the left along the cliff as you can. You will actually trigger the Stake of Marika respawn area, and then you can just go straight to the Radahn fight, and you don't have to go through Redmane Castle, and you can skip a whole bunch of story stuff there. So yeah, because we're speedrunning and we just want to get through 2 shardbearers as quickly as possible, since we killed ourselves there, we're going to transform back into the dragon. And here we are, we're at the Radahn fight in the Wailing Dunes. Took a couple tries, but it wasn't so bad. This was a pretty fun and easy fight as Dragon Man. Let's check it out. There we go. Radahn, Demigod Feld. Of course, that's just Radahn level 1. We'll be facing level 2 in the DLC again, which is going to be crazy. I didn't skip this cutscene because it's one of my favorites in the game. It's very trippy and cool, and I love it. I did put it on double speed though, just to speed up the process. And we grabbed the Grace on the Wailing Dunes, posed under the Erd Tree, just because it's so beautiful, under the gold with the Grace. And then we made our way back over to Stormvale Castle so we could take on Godrick. One shardbearer down, one to go. Our next target is here in the castle, but we gotta take on Margaret the Fell Omen first. Classic boss, classic voice actor. We're able to dispatch Margaret pretty easily. Great enemy felled. We can grab our Grace over here and then advance further up into Stormvale Castle. This is always kind of weird how there's two Graces right next to each other. There's another one right at the top of these stairs. Might as well get that too. We're gonna head into the side chamber and talk to Ghostok, the gatekeeper. We're going to tell him to open the front gates because if we take the side passage like he suggests, that just takes a really long time. And naturally, because we're speedrunning, we want to do this the fast way. It is a lot more dangerous though. There's all kinds of ballistic weapons, arbalists, knights, these guys with pole arms and torches, and yeah, just a lot of weaponry coming at you. But we're not going to fight any of these guys. Again, we're just trying to dodge through all of this because we want to get to Godrick, the final boss of the castle. More ballistics coming in, more crossbows, more flamethrowers, through the central courtyard, a lot more knights in here. Again, not fighting anybody, just passing through. Got a lot of guys chasing us right now. We're going to try and get into this next chamber where there's another Grace. Just in case we die, we can use this as kind of a middle marker. Dogs chasing us now. Frickin' Omen, Ogre. Now there's birds up here with daggers on their feet. They're going to be trying to stab us. Sword talons. Fucking troll. But if we get in here, we can get this Grace. Holy crap, the bird followed us all the way. We'll rest and we'll just send all those guys away. Now we can enter the fight against Godrick. This one didn't give us any trouble at all. We were able to get this on the first try. He's pretty easy. Pretty cool to bust out Bale's ultimate dragon attack right there for the finish. Again, yeah, pretty easy. Once he's done talking, we can keep moving on to Liurnia and beyond. Demigod Feld. Godrick down. Nice. We'll grab the Grace right here. And we can advance up through to the throne room and down through the side chamber and out the back door of the castle, out onto Liurnia, Land of the Lakes. which is our next province that we're going to be tackling. But because we've already defeated 2 shardbearers, there's no bosses to defeat here. All we need to do is ride to the village of the Albinaurics, grab the first half of the Secret Haligtree Medallion, and then we can keep heading north and take the Dectus, the Grand Lift of Dectus, up to the Altus Plateau. We don't have anything else to do in Liurnia, so just a really, really long ride with Torrent across the country. We'll grab some graces along the way, of course. Head into the mystical, magical Glintstone Woods, where they study sorcery and gain magical stones for their sorceries. The Lascar Ruins, we'll grab another grace over here. These guys are hucking magic spells at me, but we're back on Torrent and we're away. And here's the plateau where the village of the Albinauric lies underneath. You can see a minor Erd tree golden through the gap. I always love this plateau. It's just really beautiful cliffs, really majestic, scenic. You get this spooky kind of Halloween village underneath. The village of the Albinaurics, where we can talk to Nefeli Lu, but because we've done that quest line plenty of times, we'll be passing her. And passing this NPC ghost, grabbing this next grace, and continue riding up the hill. And then we're going to talk to, what's this guy's name? Albus, the Albinauric, and he's going to give us medallion half. Secret Haligtree Medallion half number 1. Great progress today. We'll carry on next time.